So hello everyone, welcome to this video, and here we'll be understanding about the covariance of any two variables, so how to find that. This is the basic mathematical formula that is given here. Is if we have given like two variables x and y, and to find the covariance, first we have to find the expectations of x and y, and then separately of x and y, we have to just multiply both them and then subtract it from the first that we have found. So this is all the mathematical thing that we can do. But basically in this video, we are going to understand about how to do all these things using the Python. So we'll just make a Python function just to perform this kind of operation. Whenever our data will be in a format of list, here it is in a set form, but we'll take as a list format. So let's do this. So let's move to the VS Code terminal, and here we are. So how to proceed? First, look at the formula. First, we have to find the e of x and e of y. So let's make a function starting with def. Let's zoom it so that it will be clear to you all. So here it is. So def and covariance of x and y, and we are going to take li1 as an input and li2 also as an input. And then we are going to we can also use mean function of that and numpy. We can also import numpy, but we'll just make it from the scratch, like without using any thing. Like first, let's make e1, and in this e1 we are going to store the average of li. Basically this e of x is basically the average of all the like elements in x variables. So for that we have to just use the sum function of li1, and then we have to then divide it by the length of li1. So this is a kind of a simple thing that we can do. So the next thing that we can do is find e2. Again the same thing, sum of li2 elements, and then divide that by length of li2. And by moving next, what we have to do for this thing, for e of xy, we have the basic formula here, like summation xi and yi. We have to just perform that. So for that, we have to go through all the elements of x, like first element of x into first element of y, and then sum that. Then let's take another thing. Let's say it's as e. Let's take it as a equal to 0 for I, comma j in. We are going to use zip function here. What it does, you can just watch in my recent videos what I have explained. But basically, zip function will go through like if I will go through 8, the j will go through this thing 10. So we'll just take li1, that thing that we are going to take in as a function, and like li2. So these are the thing that we are taking as like x and y in our function. And then for that, we are going to change e is equal to e plus whatever we are going to multiply I into j that we are getting here. Like first we'll take 8 and 10, then 10 and 13, and then 12 and 16. And after that, we have to divide it by the length of this any one of the li1 or li2. So whatever e will take, we will divide e by is equal to e by length of whatever you can just check li1 or li2. So here is the covariance result that it is not storing the covariance result, it is storing that e of xy. So now we are going to take the covariance which is equal to e minus whatever e is, e minus e1, and then into e2, then e1 into e2. First of all, we'll just put it in a bracket, like so that there will be no any confusion, like which operation will be performed first. And next thing that we'll do, return whatever the COV will hold. So this is the basic function that we have made, and let's check it. Now we have the x variable 8, 10 and 12, and y variable 10, 13 and 16. Now we'll call that function covariance x and y, and then we'll pass two lists. And first list we'll be putting 8, 10, 12, 8, comma 10, comma 12. And in the second list, the thing that will be passing will be 10, 13, and 16. So here is that 10, 13, and then 16. So this will be 4. And here we can also see, this is the result of E, X, and Y. And if you subtract 134, like 134 minus 10 into 13, that will be our result. So 4 is the result of this, all this evaluation. Don't get confused with this, like this is the result of E of XY. And final formula, we have to put it E of XY minus E of X and then E of Y. Then after that, that will be 134 minus whatever things. You can also print the things here. So print here E of 1, and we'll be also printing E of 2, and then also print E thing, and run this again. So this will be a 10, then this will be a 13, and also print covariance. Okay, print for. Okay. There it is. So first 10 will be the value of E1 that we are getting here. The 13 will be the value of E2 that we are getting here. And then 134 will be the value of E of XY that we are getting here. But the final covariance will be after subtracting, multiplying these both thing and then subtracting it from 134. That will be the 4 as a result. So this is how you can perform any mathematical formula into a Python code just using a simple logic that you already know. So hope you understand the topic.